we've got to talk some more about ICE. And we got a lot of good stories, including this latest story from a factory producing batteries for Hyundai. You're not going to want to miss the backstory of this because it's quite interesting. But with that being said, let's dive in.
We're following a massive ICE raid at a Hyundai plant in Georgia. Officials say roughly 450 undocumented migrants were apprehended. Now, Thursday's raid was carried out by multiple state and federal law enforcement agencies, including ICE, the FBI, and the Georgia State Patrol. I want to bring in CNN's Isabel Rosales, who's been monitoring this. So, Isabel, what is the latest this morning?
Omar, good morning. With more than 450 people apprehended, this marks what appears to be one of the largest ICE raids at a single site in the 22-year history of this agency. Now, here's what we know. This happened at the Hyundai Meta plant site. This is in Ella Bell, Georgia. This is just 25 miles or so west of Savannah. And according to the Associated Press, this raid stopped construction of this factory that's being built to produce batteries for electric vehicles. This same site, this same project, this was touted by Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp, who called it the largest economic development site in the state's history. Now, we have video that we're showing in pieces here of masked and armed agents there at the site, giving out orders while officers raided the facility. We can also see workers here in hard hats and vests. They were lined up as this was ongoing. On site was ICE, Georgia State Patrol, FBI, DEA, ATF. They were executing, Omar, a search warrant that DHS says is part of an ongoing criminal investigation into this, quote, allegations of unlawful employment practices and other serious federal crimes. They're saying that this sends a clear and unequivocal message, too, that they're taking this very serious. And here is the special agent in charge, what he had to say about this raid.
We are making many arrests of undocumented individuals. We have encountered many lawful employees working here, United States citizens and lawful permanent residents, and they are, of course, being released.
Meanwhile, Hyundai says it is cooperating with law enforcement, saying this: we are committed to abiding by labor and immigration regulations. And meanwhile, Omar, on this same day, hundreds of miles away in upstate New York, another large raid at a work site. Dozens of workers at a family-owned plant that makes nutrition bars were also apprehended during an ICE raid. CNN affiliate WSTM reports that about 60 workers were detained. New York's governor condemned this raid, saying it doesn't make their streets safer. And the owner of that nutrition plant told the New York Times that the workers had legal documentation to work in the U.S., calling this ICE raid a, quote, overkill. Omar.
Well, Isabel, thank you for bringing us those details, the scale of those raids.
Now, I love how, and of course, this is CNN, so you got to expect it. They tried to tie that Georgia factory to Brian Kemp, who is the governor of Georgia. But you know who it really ties back to? I'll just throw this on the screen for you all to see. So remember, 450 illegals were arrested at that work site in Georgia. Check this out. Statement by President Joe Biden on Hyundai investments in Georgia. My economic agenda passed by Democrats in Congress to rebuild our manufacturing and infrastructure here at home continues to pay off for the American people. American people. Okay. This time in Georgia, this plant was announced during my trip to the Republic of Korea in May. I am excited. The groundbreaking is happening months ahead of schedule. Yeah, that is the plant. Hyundai's commitment to invest more than $5 billion and create more than 8,000 jobs making electric vehicles and batteries. That is the plant. And there were 450 illegals working there. Thanks, Joe Biden. I thought you were hiring Americans, though. Okay. Here's a video of part of the arrest situation with 450 illegals at the plant.
Site, okay? We're Homeland Security. We have a search warrant for the whole site. We need construction to cease immediately. We need all work to end on the site right now. Warren. Site, okay?
You want to know why you couldn't get a job? It's because illegals took it. That's why. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Where was I had another story that was similar to that, but I don't know what I did with it. Here we go. Here's another one. These folks should be arrested, man. Anybody that is out here hiring illegals should be arrested immediately.
Buffet is shut down after federal agents raided the restaurant and a nearby home.
And today we learned 2 people were charged in connection to this. Justina Coronel joins us from the newsroom to share details in this case. Justina.
Well, Mike and Kelly, just 24 hours ago, a federal grand jury indicted 2 people from St. Charles County. Both are charged for bringing in and harboring immigrants who came here illegally. Now, this is after federal agents raided Golden Apple Buffet in St. Charles and a home about 10 minutes away in St. Peter's.
You got a drone out with a drone?
In this video, you can see FBI agents armed with guns go inside the St. Peter's home on Park Charles Boulevard South Tuesday morning. That's an agent screaming, "Hands up," in Spanish. A witness who took this video said agents arrested 20 people. No one answered at the door Thursday morning. Then an hour later, 5 on your side learned 56-year-old Gao Ling Yi and Di Zhen Yi were charged for bringing in and harboring immigrants living here undocumented. Defendant Gao Ling Yi is also the manager of Golden Apple Buffet in St. Charles. One witness said a group of employees would come to work in a van, and the buffet just had its grand opening in May, but it's now closed. The FBI confirms they were at the restaurant on Tuesday.
All the charges are about the employer having hired persons who were not legal to work in the United States, having knowingly done it, and in fact, provided them a place to live in and transportation to go back and forth.
Yeah. Arrest the owner or the manager, right? That was busing these folks back and forth. And deport all the illegals. Absolutely wild stuff, man. Wild stuff.
So this is the end of the road for the illegals that are on these buses. They've had their due process, they've had their day in court, and now they're going home. Planes taken off, ICE air, illegals come into our country, they get apprehended by ICE. This is what happens. Moral of the story is, don't come in illegally.
Right on. Love to see it. Love to see it. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And you saw the mother leaving with her child. I love that too. Oh, Trump is separating families. Oh my goodness, he's so terrible. Hey, that little girl, it looked like a little girl, I'm not sure. That little girl was leaving with her mother. Love it. I love it. Not mad about it. Not mad about it. But the raids in Chicago are on their way. And I think ICE knows that these liberals, the loving and peaceful and kind, they know that that's a whole boat of crap. And so they're putting up fences.
Guys, I'm on the ground at the Federal Plaza where you can see workers setting up this barricade here ahead of these demonstrations that are expected in front of the Federal Plaza here in Chicago. Guys, I'm gonna keep you updated as this unfolds.
Yeah, The loving and peaceful left, right? So loving that they got to put up fences to stop them when they're angry. And you know what else is happening? This is happening in Chicago. I just got to play the video because this is just absolutely ridiculous. And listen to what the person says that's recording the video. This is in Chicago, mind you.
Well, I guess the forecast in Chicago calls for snow. That's an awful lot of salt trucks. That's an awful lot of... I don't see this many salt trucks when it fucking snows. Blocking off Grant Park for the taste. Or something.
I don't see that many salt trucks even when it snows. Now, allegedly, this is Mayor Brandon Johnson bringing out all of these trucks to try to slow down ice coming into the city. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Wasting all of that gas, all of that manpower to move all of those vehicles there. All because you don't want illegals deported. You want to continue to blow your budget, which is already overspent on illegals. And now you want to spend even more money that you really didn't have in the first place to move a bunch of snow plows so that you can attempt to slow down ice entering your city. Okay, interesting. And then you have the entitled illegals who say things like this.
They kept me in Dayalera. You know what they gave me in Dayalera when I was only 7 years old? They gave me 1 aluminum paper, 1 bread, and 1 Capri Sun. For me, my brother, and my mom. For us 3, 1 bread, 1 Capri Sun. And the paper that they gave us didn't even cover my whole body, only my legs. That shit, like 35 degrees, I was freezing cold for hours. Little kids, they get separated from their parents in Dayaleras too. They don't let you be with your parents too. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Really fucked up. You freezing them kids just be staring at you in the walls like this. Clear, it's clear. You can see all of them freezing, all of them crying and shit. I was lucky that I was still with my mom in there, but they were alone. Little kids, I was only 7, they were like probably 4. That's fucked up. Really rude too.
Well, if it's messed up, why don't you go back to Honduras? Honduras. I believe that's the flag that she was waving. If you don't like the conditions here when you come here, then go back to where you're from. It's quite simple. It ain't complicated. But we also had a police chase. At least a little bit of one. A slow one.
2 hits, 2078, 3 hits now. Opera Flat Rock.
We're approaching Man Road. Approaching Man. Hey, troop, block it right there. It's going slow.
Man Road heading southbound.
Hey, wait, hey, you got a gun! Hey, right there.
Can I point you at anything up? Here by Ned and
Caught all of them. Caught all of them. And you know, like, what is the point? Actually, now that I think about it, I think he might have been contacting someone, because I did notice, like, he's on the phone right here, talking to someone. You can see he's holding the bottom of the phone, you know, presumably to listen to the speaker, you know, so you can hear whoever's talk. So maybe he was trying to get some instructions on what to do, how to go about it. I don't know. But you gonna get caught, buddy. You might as well just pull over when the lights and the sirens go on, you know, just saying. Don't try to run. It's not going to end well for you. Not at all. This is going to be the last story here. I want y'all to check this out.
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey who used to be the attorney general when I lived there, she's handing out $30,000 in taxpayer cash and cash equivalents to each illegal migrant family in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts so they can pay for rent and buy furniture. Each family also gets $4,000 a month in cash equivalent, EBT, $500 a month for food. They get free health care. They get free cable. This is what I'm talking about when I describe these illegal migrant third world invaders consuming scarce American resources like human locusts. It's given to them. And by the way, this, of course, acts like a huge magnet for millions more of illegal migrants all over the world to invade America. And again, I don't blame them. If I were in their position, I would do the same thing. If I were living in a poverty-stricken, disease-ridden dump of a nation like India, and I had the means to escape with my wife and children to a place that was going to give me $30,000 and free housing and furniture and food and cash and health care, I would make the effort too. But that's not the point that I can understand why they want to do it. The point is it in America's interest to do this? And of course, it's not.
Absolutely wild. And once again, Democrats proving that they don't care about you who voted them in. They care about power. That is it, and that is all. They care about bringing illegals to their states and their cities so that they can remain in power. They don't care about you and you struggling financially, you barely making ends meet. No, because if they did, well, wouldn't they be giving you all of this too? $30,000 in cash equivalents to illegals? When we have American citizens struggling? We have homeless Americans on the streets? Really? I think that proves what the Democrat Party is all about, man. Power and blowing through budgets. I mean, city after city after city, Democrat-run cities across the nation are going bankrupt. And in the case of California, the entire state. Gavin Newsom became the governor with a surplus. He had a budget surplus. They're in a deficit now. I want to say it was like it was some ridiculous number, like $100 billion surplus. It was some crazy number, like $100 billion. Now they're at like a budget deficit of like $20 billion or something. And it's like, bro, how in the did you do that? You blew through $120 billion? Are you kidding me? Plus some, right? Like, goodness gracious. But that's the Democrat Party, man. Spend, spend, spend. And when you can't spend anymore, tax the citizens some more. Spend, spend, spend. When the citizens get angry, bring on the illegals. We're going to replace them. Bring some illegals in. I'm just saying. The proof is in the eating, as Joe Biden would say. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.